Hey everyone, nice to be with you. How are you doing today? Today we have something very interesting to talk about, and I want every one of you to listen up. How are you all doing? And where are you joining from? Please let me know where you are joining from. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Today, something interesting is in front of us. How are you? Is anyone on here yet? You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Please, may I know where you are joining from? May I know where you are joining from? Today we have something interesting to talk about. And what we are going to be talking about is 4 steps for manifesting $20,000. You are welcome, Black. Nice to see you. 4 steps for manifesting $25,000. And I'd like you to really follow me so you can really understand the steps. So that as we go through them one after the other, you start to notice some changes in you. You start to do things differently. You start to think differently, act differently, and feel differently. And you see your results changing. Because you see, we all have a financial set point in our brain. We all have a financial set point in our brain. And that set point, sorry, my video was interrupted. Okay, like I said before, when you have a certain set point in the brain, your brain and body will ensure that that's exactly what is coming to you on a continuous basis, because that's who you are. And if you want to earn more, you must improve it. You must improve the set point in the brain. You see, most people want more, but they wonder why they are getting what they are getting. It is not what you want that happens in your life, but who you are. Who you are is more important than what you want. Because you may want something, but if that's not who you really are, you are never going to manifest it. You're not going to have it, because that's not who you really are. That is why you must improve upon your set points. You see, your brain and body understand you very well. They know who you are, and they know what your focus is. They know what is more important in your life, and that's exactly what they keep creating for you every single day. That's why you see some people, they unconsciously attract things to them, because they have trained their brains and bodies to live in that chemical state. And that is why their brains and bodies are just creating those things for them, because they have trained the brain and body to live in that chemical state. So we are here to train your brain and body to live in the environment of $25,000 so that the cells in your body understand what you want the most and they start creating it for you. This is very important. And that is why we're going to be dealing with, there are 4 steps I want to handle right now. 4 steps. These steps, when you follow them one after the other, you will see yourself changing. You will see things happening in your life. You will notice the shift. The first thing we want to be doing is to create cells of recognition in the brain and body. Cells of recognition for $24,000 in the brain and body. That is the first exercise we want to be doing. The first exercise is to create, the first exercise is to create the cells of recognition for $25,000. Cells of recognition for $25,000. So you start earning that amount on a continuous basis. That is the first exercise. And the second exercise is to turn that goal, which is $25,000, into memory. We want to turn $25,000 into memory, which means that we wake up every day, that's the memory that comes to us. Just as we wake up and we are always complaining, thinking of our fears and whatever, we want to change that into $25,000 so that when we wake up every day, that is the memory that comes to us. $25,000. We are thinking about it. We are feeling about it. We are seeing ourselves living that life. That's the second step. The third step is to relax in the present with $25,000. We want the brain and body to relax in that environment of $25,000. We want the body to relax there. When the body relaxes in that environment of $25,000, it believes it has happened. And then you are no longer going to start thinking about it again. You see yourself unconsciously relaxed. You feel safe. You feel it has happened. And then you see yourself taking powerful steps. The energy starts to make you take some steps towards it, towards drawing that life to you. This is very important. And once that happens, the next step is automaticity. Automaticity is when that process becomes automatic in your brain and body. You just see yourself automatically living that life. You just see yourself automatically living that. Just the way you wake up and automatically you are going to the bedroom, to the toilet, to do this. That's how it becomes automatic. Your schedule changes. Your routine changes. And you see yourself living that life. Now, the first exercise we want to be doing is creating cells of recognition for $25,000 in the brain and body. Because for most of us right now, the recognition that the brain and body gets about your financial life may be $2,000, maybe $1,000, maybe $5,000, maybe $7,000. That is what your brain and body recognize about your financial life right now. And that is why they are always bringing that amount to you on a continuous basis. You wonder why you are always around a certain amount of money. That is because that is what your brain and body recognize about you. And so they will do whatever it takes. They will always ensure that they create it to you. They bring it into your life because that's your set point. That's exactly who you are. You are welcome, Spirit Man. That's exactly your financial set point. So we want now to shift your set point to $25,000 so that your brain and body will recognize that amount of money, and then they start looking out in the outside world for things that match up with that internal map of reality in that state. This is very important because yeah, the topic is 4 steps for manifesting $25,000. That is the step, spirit man. That is why we are here, to manifest $25,000. And before we can achieve this, we have to first of all create cells of recognition for $25,000 in the brain. This is very important. If the brain and body do not have the cells of recognition for $25,000, it's never going to manifest it. It's never going to happen. Because right now, you already have cells of recognition for that certain amount of money that's already coming to you. Your brain and body recognize the amount of money you are getting right now, and that is why it's always creating it, always making it happen. This is very important. I want you to take this very seriously. So we want to create cells of recognition for that amount of money, $25,000 in the brain and body. And this is the first exercise that we must start doing. First exercise. The first exercise is this. I want us to, 1, close our eyes. I want us to close our eyes and see $25,000. I want us to close our eyes and see $25,000. Now, before we start this exercise, I want you to close your eyes, and then in your bank account, I want you to imagine $25,000 as your bank balance. And I want you to see the figure written there. $25,000 as your bank balance right now. What you have just received in your bank account. I want you to see $25,000 right now. Let's do this exercise together. I want you to see $25,000. I want you to see $25,000. I have seen it very clearly now. $25,000. Now, your brain may want to bring the actual balance there. You know your actual balance. The brain knows it. The brain will want to bring the actual balance there, and I want you to remove it and bring back $25,000 as your bank balance. Anytime your brain brings back the actual balance, I want you to remove it and bring back $25,000. You will notice that your brain and body, they are working at telling you, hey, this is the actual amount in my bank account, but I want you to ignore that and bring $25,000 as the actual amount in your bank account. I want you to keep it steady. Let $25,000 be steady in your brain. I want you to visualize $25,000 as your bank balance in your bank account right now until it can stay. Let it be steady. Let it not come and go. Let it remain there. Keep looking at it until it is steady, until your brain is no longer fighting it, until your brain becomes familiar with it. $25,000. I want you to see it very clearly in the brain. Let your brain see it very clearly. Right now, it's the brain that is seeing that amount of money. The brain is seeing it. The brain has to become familiar with $25,000. I want you to keep looking at it. I want you to keep looking at it. I want you to keep looking at that amount of money until it becomes familiar in your brain. Now, when it becomes familiar in your brain, I want you now from there to start doing what you will do with the money. That which you want to buy, I want you to see yourself do that thing right now. In your imagination, you are living that life now. I want you to buy that thing you want to buy. I want you to give that money to whoever, whatever is, even if it's charity or whoever you want to give that money to, whatever you want to do with it, I want you to do it right now. If you want to clear up your debt, do it right now. If you want to give the money out for charity, do it right now. If you want to buy that car, do it right now. If you want to pay off part of that house, do it. Whatever you want to do with the money now. Get immersed in that world. This is your new life. I want you to get immersed in that life now and do it. Live it. See yourself talk to that person about what you want to buy. Talk to the person. It has to be real. Get immersed in that world. Get immersed in that world and do it. That's beautiful. Now I want you to see $25,000 credit alert right now in your bank account. A new alert, $25,000 has just dropped. I'd like you to see it right now. Very clearly again, a new one has just dropped. I want you to see it very clearly. Another $25,000 just dropped into your bank account. I'd like you to see it clearly. That's beautiful. And I want you to see your life improving financially. See the lifestyle you are living now because you are doing that which you want to do for your child, for your daughter or your son. You are buying things for them. And that makes you feel good because they are happy about the change in your life. Now, what is coming to you on a continuous basis is $25,000. Now, the brain is beginning to understand that this is very important to you. The brain is beginning to understand that this is very important to you. The brain is beginning to understand that this is very important to you. And that is why you want to spend time here long enough for the brain to really know, oh, this is important to him or her. Now, when your brain is trying to ask you, how is this all going to happen? Ignore it. The how is not important because this is a seed. When you plant a seed of corn into the soil, the seed does not carry everything that needs to grow is in the seed. Everything is there. So long as it gets into the soil, once it gets into the soil, it starts to germinate. The how is there. Everything is there. It carries everything. So you are not the one to think of the how. When the brain is trying to ask you how, ignore it because the brain doesn't know much. Because the how, or you can even tell your brain when it says, how do you think you're going to get it? You say, the how is in this consciousness. The how is in this very seed, which is $25,000. I'm already feeling it. That's my life. The how is in it, and it's going to start to create every circumstance, every situation, and the people that I need to make it happen. The how is condensed in the seed. It's part of the seed. It's condensed in the consciousness. This is so wonderful. This is so wonderful. Now, great. You will observe that how you are feeling, the brain is already seeing $25,000. It is becoming very familiar to the brain now. It's becoming familiar. The brain is beginning to say, oh, this is important to him. Because your energy is there right now, the brain is focused on it right now, your energy will start to flow. And then the next thing you want to be doing is to allow that seed fall into the soil of your mind. Your body is your subconscious mind. We want $25,000 right now. That's already forming a part of our image, that the brain is beginning to understand it. We want that now to go down into the body. That is where germination starts from. That's where it starts to grow from. Because the body is the subconscious mind. It's like the soil. The body is the soil. What we are doing now is the brain seeing the image of it. That is the seed we want to put into the soil for it to start to grow. So the body now is the soil. We're sending that now into the body. Don't forget, it hasn't gotten into the body yet, because the body is the emotional mind, is the subconscious mind. It has to go down. It's when it gets into the body that it starts to create it in your life. That is when it changes you. That is when your vibration changes. That is when everything changes. That is when your behavior changes. So the next step now is to take it now into the body. That is why we want to turn that now into memory. We want to turn that now into memory. That's it. That's the second step. The first one, now we are creating cells of recognition in the brain because we want the brain to see it. The second one now is to create cells of recognition. Sorry, the first one is cells of recognition. The second one is to turn that into, memories. We want to turn that image, $25,000 now, into memories, such that when we wake up every day, that's the memory that comes to us. When we wake up, that's what comes to us. Because for most of us, when we wake up in the morning, we are thinking about our worries, our problems, our issues, our fears. That's what comes to us for most of us. So when we start doing this now, when we turn it into memory, as we wake up, that's the first thing that comes to us, $25,000. It starts to become part of us. It starts to vibrate, and that's exactly what will start to happen in our lives. That's the second step. The third step now, we want to live in the present moment. We want to live in the present moment with $25,000. That is when it starts to get down into the body. There is a strategy for that. When we turning it into memory, there's another strategy to making that happen. And then relaxing with that in the present moment, there's another strategy for that to happen. And then finally, automaticity. Automaticity is when we want to make it automatic. We want to make it automatic in the brain and body. We want to make it automatic. You are welcome, Comfort Simi. Hi. We want to make it automatic in our brain and body. And then we focus on the law of three. The last one is on the law of three. The law of three states that whatever thing, when you check whatever you do in your daily, weekly, or monthly basis, there are only three things that contribute to your financial life. Only three things. You will learn the three things, and you start doing the three things every single day. And then you see things changing in your world. This is so wonderful. Now, this is a training that we're going to be doing for 30 days. That is the first exercise. The next one is to turn that amount, want to turn it into memory. And after that, we are staying present with $25,000. And after that, it will now become automatic. And from automaticity is when we start seeing result comes through, because it's now part of who we are. We are not trying to become that person anymore. That is who we are. It's our default mode network. That's who we really are. And you see everything changing. If you want to do this exercise, I want you to stay with me for 30 days. Let's do this exercise one after the other. This is the first exercise. The second exercise, we will do it every week. We are staying for 4 weeks. Every week comes with its own separate exercise. And we'll do it every single day. We'll do it for 7 days. The first exercise, 7 days. The next 7 days, we go to the next exercise. And the third week, like that, and the fourth week, another exercise. We do it every day. We must do it every single day. Do it every single day. And you see yourself changing. When you see things changing around you, you see your vibrations, even the way you think will change. Your vibrations will change. Now you start doing things from that state, because that is the cells that the body and brain understand about you now. All they care about is $25,000. We're going to focus on that only, and you see yourself creating it. You see your financial life improving. Sometimes it comes, sometimes you may get less than that, but it's in the process. You see yourself, that's the set point. You see yourself moving towards that. Your money will start to improve, but that is the point. That is the destination it is going. It's going to that destination, and the moment it gets there, then you set another goal again for a higher amount. Sometimes it doesn't happen at once, but you see your money improving, you see your money jumping up, see your money improving, and that is where you get. Sometimes it happens, but sometimes it comes slowly. You see yourself hitting it, because that is the set point. If you like this training, you may join me for $78. If you like this training, $78. If you want to join, the link is up here. $74. If you are ready to do this, I'd like you to join here. $74. $78, sorry. You can join the link. It is here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be with you. See you there. Thank you.